Get ready to open up a can of courage, because I'm the lion of the jungle. And that jungle that I'm king of is the Uriah Jokes Podcast. And speaking of the Uriah Jokes Podcast, welcome to the history of beer, where you'll learn a bunch about something, so you'll have something to talk about over a beer. The facts are kinda true. The host is kind of an alcoholic, but this is the Uriah Jokes Podcast, not the Uriah Gets His Life Together podcast full of facts. Now get ready for a confusing episode of Jokes About Beer by welcoming your host, Uriah Westman. Absolutely fantastic. Beer. What is it? How is it? Who, what, where, why, how? Beer has a long and storied history. That's a good thing if you're a beer. A long and storied history, otherwise it would just be a list of facts, but I'm not gonna go in chronological order. I'm gonna go in the order of the words that are on the page that are written by somebody who drank too much beer. There is so much history about beer that it even survived a blackout. And I'm just not talking about when you drink too much beer. I'm talking about back in the day, if a small breeze came in while you were writing, creating a double blackout on top of the blackout that you have. They didn't have electricity back then, you morons. They were alcoholics. Whether it's wet, cold, in a can, in a glass, in a bottle, light, dark, fruity, in a glass jug, in a plastic cup, served with a slice of orange or a restraining order, whether it's blonde, bitter, spilled, taken from a stranger when they're not looking, cheap, expensive, served in a glass needlessly tall to maximize the chance of getting another free beer with a straw, and warm. I love warm beer. The only bottle that goes hand in hand like alcohol in the bottle of the glass is a baby bottle. Where do you think we get all of these beer drinkers from? This is a circle of life that even the gods couldn't create it. It's the circle of alcoholic fueled intimacy. Asking me what type of beer I like is like asking me what type of bathroom I like. I like them all, as long as outside the bathroom there's a beer, so I can create the life cycle again by going back into the bathroom by drinking another beer. Way back before beer was invented, everyone hated hanging out with each other. That's why it was a hunter and gatherer society. Then people started to work together for the common good of getting drunk once they discovered alcohol, beer. This hunter and gatherer attitude paved its way for taverns, a communal lifestyle, all for the benefits of lowering your ambitions and realizing that your neighbor that you hate is attainable to like that person as long as you got the power of alcohol on your side. The power of barley. But how the hell is beer made, Uriah? I don't know. Beer is made by mixing sugar. Don't tell that to the sugar-free people. They still live in a cage of lies. It's made with sugar and malted grains, and then it's fermented by naturally occurring yeast, which makes the entire process of beer healthy, natural, and if drank every day, will lower your expectations in life, which will make you a happier person. It's all natural ingredients. Big Pharma doesn't want you to know that alcohol is actually good for you. Beer was discovered by accident, much like my birth. While they were trying to make grain cereal with contaminated grains according to the words I just said. The man would later be hailed as a national hero until he died at the old age of 21. Meaning in today's day, if he were to invent a new type of alcohol, he'd be chastised by the local zoning grid laws. And the alcoholic board will be bored. To death by taking away his alcoholic license, sending us to another wave of sobriety that no one would want, especially when dealing with the local grid zoning laws. And beer would be changed forever when the Barbarians, which are actually just the Barbarians, who only had a stutter when it occurred when they said who they are. So if they said, I'm tired, it would be, I'm tired. I'm tired. Tired. And even when they were drunk, they would have the stutter. I'm drunk. So the answer is yes, Jar Jar Binks was the alcoholic savior of Star Wars. The innovation of hops with the yeast created a coloring form of alcohol that would eventually be known as the hipster drink with the double and the triple IPAs for triple the irony. Hops are called hops because bunnies were notorious for stealing them to gamble with their over 4 million kids. They're hopping and gambling debt, which also ties in the amount of kids each day that are born because of alcohol. A recent scientific study that I made up said 200% of children are born because of alcohol or alcohol-related activities. Alcohol is always around. Look it up. Oh, did you guys meet in a restaurant? I guess there's alcohol there. Did you meet in the ocean? Oh, you bet your ass there's some empty alcohol there. So what are hops? You ask me. You're right, what the hell is a hop? Hops are small, fluffy green cone, which is also how the doctor describes my penis. Because beer was boiled, it killed all the bad bacteria. Don't tell that to the good bacteria that is going bad because they want to be badasses. So when someone said, I'll have whatever they're having, and that was a beer, they had a lot higher chance of surviving the night than the man who's like, oh, excuse me, I'm gonna drink my sewage water. Oh, look at this man. He's drinking a water. He's gonna get bad bacteria. Maybe he should boil his water. But then what would you be doing? You'd be making tea. And why would you drink tea, you little piece of shit? And those are hops. And this is something that you wouldn't know. They boiled the beer to make it healthier. And sailors enjoyed alcohol because it acted in a way to stabilize their equilibrium during a storm. That means when they were tripping over nothing while drunk on the boat with the waves while mopping the deck and singing sailor songs about the depths of the ocean, as the only thing they know is that at the bottom of the ocean isn't their paycheck. It's a can of Popeye spinach. And Popeye the Sailor Man is not the Sailor Man you want to learn. So what this did to the sailors is that they were so drunk and then on the boat when it was rocking, it created a mathematical equation that made them feel sober. But bad weather continues to be blamed on drunk sailors, delayed by their trip to the other side, searching for the new world. And that new world is going to breed us a new kind of alcohol. We're talking about pumpkin ales, Abraham Lincoln's favorite beer, While writing the Constitution, they were all drunk. Even kids drank. They were drunk 24/7 of their life. But like all good things, they must come to an end. As the rise of taverns across America, whiskey came in looking for a battle for its independence. And this battle for the independence would lead to a war in America. A war for independence. For the purest form of beer. So coming up next on part 2 of Uriah Joke's in-depth conversation with himself about beer with made-up facts, we'll continue with the war over beer, the truth about the War of 1812.